So the big question is this: how do most agents who struggle to get the information that most successful agents hoard to themselves grow and prosper without this information? That's the big question, and this video cast is the answer. Welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. I'm your host, Pat Hyben. And now for the review of the day. Okay, I got a review here from Troy in Virginia. In real estate, you must subscribe to this podcast. Always interesting to hear what others are doing that's working. Guests share openly with solid content. Show number 800 is the best. LOL. You can hustle and stay humble. Some of us anyways. Thank you, Troy in Virginia. Keep the comments coming, guys. I love them. And remember, I eat feedback for breakfast. So give me a 1-star review if you want, or a 5-star review if you want. I don't care. And the more reviews we get, the better guests we get. So please, subscribe first, and then leave us a review or wherever you're listening. All right, Rockstar Nation, I got a great guest here. Listen, this is no joke, right? You know, I love people that just come out of the gate going full force. And our guest today, Christina Leavenworth, sold 65 houses her first year working part-time. Now you're going to be like, what in the world? And you're going to find out on this show today. So I'm excited about this. Christina, welcome to Real Estate Rockstars.
Hey, Pat, I am so excited to be on here. I woke up at like 2 a.m., not able to sleep, so I'm so stoked.
Cool. Well, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself so they can get to know you better, Christina?
All right, I started in real estate in June of 2017. That was when I really decided to give it a full go. My full year was 2018. I was a news anchor and a news reporter for a very long time. That's what I had been doing. It was my full-time job, had a newborn baby, and I got my license when I was pregnant. I was bored. I was always interested with real estate, and I couldn't eat sushi or go to the happy hours. So I was like, you know what? I might as well get my real estate license. So I stopped bugging that agent to keep showing me houses I'm not that interested in. So I went ahead and got it and just sat on it for a while. And then waking up at 2 a.m. with a newborn to go to work, not wake up for her. I worked 2 a.m. to noon. I was like, something has got to change. So come June of 2017, it lit a fire in me. And I was like, man, this is going to work. Like, it has to work. And I just threw my all into it. And my first year, I sold 21 homes. Well, first half of the year, 21 homes and 3.8 million. And then last year, I sold 65 homes at 14.8 million.
Wow. So we're going to find out in a minute like exactly how you did that, because I want everybody to learn. So, but first of all, let's get into some nitty gritty. So 65 homes. So what was your ECI, as we like to say, your ego commission income on that?
So before my split and everything, it was about 330.
Before your split. Yeah. And then what was your profit margin on that?
So more or less, there's a bunch of formulas with a broker, give him overall about 20%. And probably my investment in my business, 5 to 10%. So very little. I did not spend much on marketing at all. No team, no help.
Right. And what'd you say was, you said 330?
330. So I walked with about 240.
240. Wow. Yeah, that's great. And what'd you make as a news anchor?
50,000.
50,000?
Yeah.
Wow, it's so glamorous. Everyone thinks you make like
I know,
at least 6 figures. No, 50,000. Wow. So, wow. So from 50,000 one year to 240, right? And
it's insane.
Do you like it better?
I love it. I'm so passionate about it. I really feel like I finally found that thing I've always been supposed to do. And I love telling people stories as a reporter, and I love being on the desk. But at some point when I was sent into so many hurricanes this year. It was one of the busiest news years of our life. And it just got to a point where your family and your health need to come first. But I love real estate. A lot of those skills that we have as a news reporter, I mean, we're already knocking on doors, asking people to talk to us. Like, that is easy for us. So asking someone if they want to buy or sell a home, that's no biggie when you're having to ask really hard, really big questions. So, yeah, and the time management, I mean, getting a contract in, deadlines, that's easy since we've done it for so long. But I was not allowed to use that at all to my advantage. So a lot of people said, oh, you're doing so well because of being a news anchor. No, like people that were working with me, most of them didn't even know I did that. Because a lot of people, they think of you in one box. They can't think of you in two boxes. So I didn't let them know until right before closing, if it came up. Because then they think, oh, you're too busy. I'm not going to be a priority to you. So I kept that on the down low.
You were doing both jobs in the beginning.
Oh, up until 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah, up until 2 weeks ago. I mean, it was
You sold 65 houses. You sold 65 houses and worked full time as a news anchor.
Yeah, it was rough.
2 to 12.
So my shift changed. So I was working weekends 2 to 12 in the evenings, and then during the week I was Monday through Friday about 8 to 7. And I had a 2-year-old at home too. So there was a lot on our plate. We were custom building a house, started an Airbnb business. I swear I was running off Red Bull 24/7 that year.
Wow.
Yeah. So with that, I just, on those Thursday, Fridays I was off, I just pumped it. I mean, working 12-hour days. And then on the Saturday, Sundays, if I had my kid with me, if it was people that were cool with it, they're like, all right, bring her. And, we're looking at 10, 20 homes in the morning or doing an open house. So, I mean, I was really working it at both ends.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's a lot of houses. And you did that all by yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about how. I mean, we're only talking 18 months ago or within the last 2 years, this all began. So and you weren't allowed to use the fact that you were an anchor as, leverage,
Mm-hmm.
to help you get business, right? So how'd you sell your first couple of houses?
So when you first start, you have zero money and you don't even, in my mind, I was thinking, man, I'm really excited to the point where I'm selling one home a month. That was my goal because I still had the full-time income. And then once I realized I was good at it, it quickly grew. But I sent every single one of my Facebook friends a personal message, just being like, hey, I want you to know first, I am putting my feet in real estate. Your baby is so cute. Something personal to them. I would be so, so grateful if you could keep me at the top of your mind when it comes to real estate, if you or anyone might be thinking of buying or selling. And off of that, I finally got my first guy. It was a $37,000 home they were selling. I was so excited. It was my first listing. And we ended up selling that. It was a tough sale because $37,000 homes typically need quite a bit of work. And then we turned around and bought them a $150,000 home. So out of this one Facebook message, I mean, it was, like $200,000 worth of business. And so that was awesome. And then those started to keep trickling in and, setting appointments and doing that. And I've really found that's my bread and butter. And this whole year, I've really thrown everything at the wall to see what's stuck. I did a little bit of Zillow advertising, got two sales off of that. That's not good enough. So I'm going back to really working the Facebook because that's what worked for me in the beginning.
Well, okay. So I want to dumb this down a little bit because I want to make sure everybody got this. Everybody thinks that Facebook is kind of like a passive thing where you wait for someone else to post and then you react to that post. And you basically went into their messenger and you said, hey, Frank, you have an awesome family, or that's such a cool, Miami
congrats on the
Dolphins
job promotion. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Anything, right? You pick one thing out, you compliment it, and then step 2 is you say this sentence. And what is the sentence?
I wanted to let you know firsthand that I am now delving into real estate. I'm so excited about it. And then that's where you get humble. I would be so grateful if you would put me at top of mind when it comes to real estate needs for you and your family and friends. And I got a really great return rate, people responding. A lot of people are like, that's awesome, Christina. Some people I never got any business from, but most people at least had the courtesy to be like, man, that's great. We're proud of you.
And then that was it. And how often do you do that?
So I did that at the very beginning. Now, so I do get friend requests often because of what I did. So when I do get that, I do, as soon as I get a thing, hey, thanks for your friend request. So happy to connect with you, even if I don't know them. Because I'll get things, suggested friends, that sort of thing. And then I'll do that to them. And again, that's where I'm dialing back and going back to those meat and potatoes of doing that because it worked for me before. I need to keep doing that. And now I'm also doing a lot of text messaging to those people directly. Happy Mother's Day, so-and-so, you've rocked it this year. And then in a nice way, trying to figure out, like, let's get you that dream home, girl. You need it with so many babies around, something like that. And you have to be human, especially when it's coming to friends and family. It can't be all me, sales, and just kind of dialing it back that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so, like, what percentage of the 65 homes in the last 12 months have been listings versus buyers?
I'm very buyer heavy. So probably 70% buyers, 30% listings. As you first get started, handling the sellers, I feel, is a little bit more difficult. It's tougher conversations. A lot of times it's not a happy hugging at the closing table. There's other things at play. Now that I have experience, I'm going after those listings this year. I mean, in January, I got 5 listings. So, it was when I shifted my efforts to that, I certainly got that. And just what I'm posting also online is more focused to selling, hey, it's a seller's market, that sort of thing. I found at the beginning, though, I'm very good at hand holding because I've had to do that in news. So working with the buyers wasn't that bad for me because so much of it's done from your computer. Those people that want to see 30 homes, I've learned how to handle that a bit better. Saying, how about you pick out your top 5? I find that is most people, they end up selecting a home out of their top 5, and we'll do that. And getting the confidence and knowing the scripts to say that. So I've learned that. One day I showed 35 homes in one day to one couple. We went under contract, so all's well that ends well.
Oh my God, yeah. It would have been so bad if you didn't.
That would not have been a good day. But so I'm learning as I go, just like anyone else. You don't know what you don't know. And that's why, like, your podcast is so awesome, because I had 0 time to go to the trainings at my brokerage. I had 0 time to go to any sort of, I didn't even go to real estate school. I went to, Real Estate Express online because I had 0 time. So anytime I'd be doing the laundry, I'd be even bathing my kid because, she's screaming and I'm like, don't want to hear this, or driving anywhere, I'm listening to the podcast and getting these ideas from top agents and top producers. That's invaluable.
Wow, that's great. And so what else? Basically, you're building on it. You're taking from, messages, private messages, and then you're starting to do aggressive posts on your own page, right? So people see it. So tell me, how do you do that?
You really have to play this game. It can't be all real estate. You have to weave your family in there, but have that little real estate edge in there. So Pensacola Beach was just voted #1 beach in America. So I posted, man, it was our secret. Now everyone knows. And I tagged my husband being like, baby, when we get in our condo? And something like that, where it gets it in people's minds, like, ooh, maybe getting a condo is a good idea now that we've just been named #1 beach, but without telling them to do that. And then depending on who comments on the page and what they say, then that's when they get that direct message. We have a lot of friends. At our daughter's birthday party, we had 200 people here. So I will give us that kind of unfair advantage.
Wait a minute. But that's like a wedding.
I know, it was crazy.
So so tell me how you did that, because, in order to have friends, you have to be a friend. There's a strategy to being a friend, whether it's conscious or not, it exists. So can you walk us through that? How do you get 200 people at your daughter's wedding? You just...
my husband's very likable. He's French. We own a food truck on top of all of this. That's another part-time thing. That's his baby. I barely do that now. So we've connected with a lot of people that way. And honestly, we're the type of people that our home is your home. We never meet a stranger. And so I think people are naturally drawn to that personality. So we meet people and we're like, hey, you want to come over for dinner tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, we have a 2-year-old. We still go out. We're still going to festivals. It has not stopped our life whatsoever. We both are high energy people. He's all I. I'm D and I, but I'm a bigger I than D, but he's 100% I, nothing else. So him alone brings a lot of the friends.
want you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you can think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox. And it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now. Hey, real estate agents and rock stars. If you're getting value out of the content in this episode, make sure you like the video and subscribe to this channel. Also, click the little bell icon to be notified about upcoming episodes. And I would also love it if you left a comment and shared the most impactful tips and tactics you've learned from the knowledge shared in this episode, or even maybe make a suggestion requesting a topic of what you'd like to learn in future episodes. I welcome any feedback below. Now, back to the episode. Wow. And would you say, like, what percentage of your, if you've sold, say, close to 100 houses now, 65 and 24, did you invite them all to the birthday party?
I didn't, because I really want that to be a different connection. Because when they're here, again, it's like a wedding. You don't have time to talk to anyone. You feel badly. People are asking me, where's this, where's that? And I can't be the rock star I am here at a party that I am with them personally. So I'm excited to do a client appreciation party coming up. That's kind of my next deal, but I want that just to be world class, really, really nice. And I mean, I've only been out of TV for 2 weeks, so I'm still acclimating to figuring out my schedule and knowing how to do this without, having zero time. So it's hard relaxing and breathing, and everyone's telling me to, but as you know, we're our toughest bosses on ourselves.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, why didn't you quit before, right? If you know,
we have contract out obligations, stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the stuff like that, and so it just took some time, and it was emotional.
They never gave you any trouble, like.
I went and asked the GM before I did it, and he literally just said, they can find out what you do, and then you can do real estate. You can't lead that horse to that water. So it was just you can do this, but again, you cannot use your position here in any way because it'd be a conflict of interest. Because I mean, we're telling people stories, so just keep it separate. Do not do anything together. So that limited me, but it was also a great challenge. I never leaned on that, and I think that was actually a great thing, because at the beginning, maybe I would have thought, oh, I can use this. And instead, I was like, no, I'm going to find a different way. Another thing I've done is I've joined a lot of groups, like the Pensacola Moms group, a lot of the military groups. And a lot of times people go on there asking, like, hey, where's a great school? They're not saying they're moving, but they are by the fact they're asking. We want to know where the good schools are in Pensacola, because if they lived here, they know it. So then I send them a private message and say, hey, here are the great schools. By the way, I'm a real estate agent. Do you have time to chat today? I can tell you a lot more about it. And I got a ton of business from that. And I FaceTime with them. I sold probably 20 homes this year through FaceTime. And that is amazing for me, because with a leverage, I just go when I'm on my way somewhere and I FaceTime with them, and I'm good at it. I go slowly. I tell them about the nasty cat smell. I'm incredibly descriptive because I don't want them to have any surprises.
What do you mean? You're FaceTiming like they've never seen the house before, and you're holding up your phone like a video camera showing them, ooh, I'm in this room now, and there's a cat thing here, and it smells really bad, and da-da-da.
Yes.
And they say, okay, I'll take it.
Yes. I did that. I mean, maybe 20, 25 homes. I need to like count
That's
back and
crazy.
see.
Like, or who's buying these? Are these like
Military families.
military families?
So we get them in there, and now with just the technology and everything with Google Earth and everything, they have, and I take them around the neighborhood. And I honestly, I try to talk them into trying to get here first. I'd prefer them to get here and get eyes on it at some point, but some of them are coming from Hawaii, and it's just not doable. And again, that's where I just say, listen, like I'm a mom too. I can't tell you certain things about certain neighborhoods legally, but I can give you crime stats. I can give you the school grades report so you can see for yourself. And I'm like, I'm not gonna let you live somewhere that I don't think is safe. Like that might not be safe for you. And they've been thrilled. They've been absolutely thrilled. They come here, house is waiting for them. Sometimes they close overseas or they close with a POA. Other times they come here the day of closing, they do their final walkthrough that morning, they close right after. So it's a little nerve wracking. I'm like, is this everything you hope for and more? And they say, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so what other ways are you getting your business?
So that stuff is it. And so yeah, I tried doing Zillow. I did it for a couple of months. I paid $500 a month. There were so many, again, with the TV, I didn't have time to pick up every call. So I realized that probably wasn't a good thing for me. And I closed 2 deals. I made money off of it, but not enough for the time and effort. A lot of people calling about rentals, a lot of people just wanting, oh, I saw that that's in pre-foreclosure. You're like, okay, oh gosh. So, and
Yeah.
that's just
Like,
not
what
my
am I
bread and
going to do?
butter.
I don't want to call the person, and then it
Oh,
adds
I
an
did another
extra
thing.
3 or 4 steps.
I did another thing. I started a networking group in Pensacola. It was called Pensacola Power Players. And you may have heard of like BNI groups and stuff
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course. Yeah.
So those are at 7 a.m. They cost like $1,000 a year. So we flipped the script on that. It was zero. It was at 5:30 at night, and we had wine and beer. And I was the president of it. And we did, yeah. And we did allow only one person per industry. And this isn't thriving as much as it was now, but I probably got $3 million worth of business off of that group. And that was great. And
Yeah, that's no joke. I mean, and that's a great way to do it, right? Like, how hard is it, right? All you do, because I belong to BNI, belong to Latip, a bunch of those, and basically, it's an organized way of trading leads and telling everyone else in the group what you do, and so it's not that difficult.
yeah, what I found with BNI is even though you're the realtor in the group, they already have their realtor of choice. And
Mm.
I was not getting anything out of that. They're older, they're more business experience. I went after more new young businesses that were hungry. They didn't want to spend $1,000 a year. 6 o'clock would work for them because they're so busy during the day building their business. And that was the group we had. And it was great. I mean, and it was just a girl that's starting an adoption agency, a guy that does animal tails. He brings like crazy exotic animals places and does parties, all sorts of different things, life coaches, different things. And it was just a really eclectic group of people. And we now, every once in a while, we'll do a happy hour or something, but it started to get a little stale and we could all feel it. So you have to reinvent at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so how do you keep 65 deals in your head together, right? And have another job? Like, you got to have some systems, you got to have some technology. Talk to me about all that, because there's people listening to this doing 2 deals a month going, my head's about to pop off.
So doing all the paperwork is not difficult for me. As soon as we go under contract, inspections get ordered, survey gets ordered, everybody gets copied on the same email, connecting everything. So once I get them under contract, and once we get to the repair, once we're past repairs, I'm kind of golden. If it doesn't appraise, then I deal with that when I deal with that. That is not difficult for me at all. And we all know we have more needy clients than others. And when that happens, that's maybe 10% of your business. That's not that big of a deal. They do kind of wear you down and so forth. I literally keep it in my notes on my iPhone, which deal is under contract, where we're at, is there an existing survey? If not, has it been ordered? Inspections, I put the inspection dates right there, and that's it. I mean, and I remember their names. I remember a lot of it. I honestly just remember a lot of it. And then my people that I'm working, I have kind of under a working list. And I just look at that and check in with them. I know you like to ask about technology. I recently got this app called Hit 'em Up, like hit EM up, like hit 'em up.
Hit them up.
Yeah. And so the way it works is, so now I have groups where I have past clients, follow up, friends. You send one text message and it knows, it goes, hey, first name, exclamation mark, happy Mother's Day, did a mother's group, military group. And it sends it to all of them at the same time, and it's personalized. And it's not, everyone in one thing. So that has helped me kind of keep track of my client list and that sort of thing.
I love that. Everybody should get that. Hit them up. And then you just have different categories, and then the message could be the same per that category. So tell me what the message is for past clients. Just like holidays?
Like happy St. Patrick's Day. May you be lucky this year in real estate. Ha ha. Like, I hope you have a great day.
Yeah. And then what about for follow-up? Like people that, haven't bought yet or haven't listed yet. What's a good message for that?
So my brokerage does have Boomtown, but I haven't gotten that into Boomtown. Again, it was a time issue. I didn't have time to invest in that. I now recently signed up for Commissions Inc. I have a lender splitting it with me, and that has a great follow-up system for those internet leads. But for the people I know, I just try. I mean, I think a lot of it is through Facebook. They're seeing it constantly. But is
there anything from hit them up to send
hit
them
up?
Like, hey,
hey, just thinking about you. The inventory is still super low. Home price, I could get something from the market snapshot and say like, home prices have increased yet again this month. It's crazy. We're expecting the market to shift. So if you're thinking about listing, definitely let's sit down and talk.
Yeah. Okay. And then
you have to watch it with friends. Cause again, like you don't want to be the creepy salesperson. You have to watch it with friends and, find where you should do it. And again, usually they are reaching out to me. I'm not having to bug them too much because they know this is what I do. And like when we get off this, I think I'm going to send all of my database on Facebook that same message again. But like, hey, it was a really big decision, but I finally am 100% out of TV. And I put it on Facebook. They probably saw it, but just doing that again, it was a really, really tough decision emotionally, but I'm so excited about the future. Just wanted to let you know, like something like that.
Hey, real estate agents and rock stars. If you're getting value out of the content in this episode, make sure you like the video and subscribe to this channel. Also, click the little bell icon to be notified about upcoming episodes. And I would also love it if you left a comment and shared the most impactful tips and tactics you've learned from the knowledge shared in this episode, or even maybe make a suggestion requesting a topic of what you'd like to learn in future episodes. I welcome any feedback below. Now, back to the episode. Yeah. What mistakes have you made or lessons that you've learned? It hasn't been that long, but I'm sure going in as fast as you did, you clearly hit some roadblocks.
Stress management was a big one. And I don't know if this affects women more than men, and I might just be feeling that way, but where you take on all that stress of your clients, like when they have termites in your house, you might as well have termites in your house. Stuff like that. And we did a Dale Carnegie class with our brokerage, which actually helped a lot, where it's like, hey, I know I'm doing the best I can do. There's stuff out of my control, and remembering that and knowing that, hey, I know I'm a good agent. And I think there's a shift in your head when you realize that they are more lucky to have you in a way than, they're lucky to have you. If you're a good agent and you work hard, they're incredibly lucky to have you. And that shift has happened in the past month or two, where I go to those listing appointments very confident.
Yeah, I did the Dale Carnegie class too. Actually, you reminded me, one of the books, I don't know if they still have that book. It's like How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Did they still give that out? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good one. And again, that for me, the public speaking was no big deal. But also just like speaking to clients in a way, because a lot of times we're so quick to get to the deal, and do that sort of thing where I'm just like, again, news mode, like let's get these answers quickly. Where, hey, what are your hobbies? And just stuff that, take it a little slower, like rather than me being like, okay, what size, what price, let's go. Are you pre-approved? Getting like, and taking that slower. I'm looking into getting a showing assistant. I think that's going to be my first step toward building a team eventually. Showing assistants still allow me to keep a lot of the money, but gives me some leverage.
And so how do you organize your day? I mean, like like, you've got all these pending deals and they're all on checklists and things. Like, do you have like a certain part of your day where you're just going through your files, getting them ready for settlement, and then another part of your day where you're doing, follow up, and then another part of the day where you're doing activity, or do you just blend it all together?
I blend it all together, and I think there has to be a better system there. Because again, I have a showing after this call over at 9:30, and I'm gonna run over to that. And then like last week, I had a sick kid for 3 days, and now since I don't have the job where I have the more flexible job, I'm the one home with her. And so I'm still figuring it out because I haven't only been a couple weeks since I haven't had a 8 to 7. I had a full-time job. So I'm still figuring it out. I'm going to a lot of networking events in the evenings. And again, that's where I shine. If I go there, I'm like, hey, and I usually bring a friend with me because I think that it makes it less scary and you are just better. And that friend backs you up. I mean, this girl, I sold her house in 2 days. So she's like, yeah, Christina sold my house in 2 days. And so I have a referral right there with me.
Oh, wow. So it's like a real friend and
A real client.
as opposed to like another agent, guys, listen,
Yeah.
listen to this. As opposed to another agent or a lender or, a business friend. It's a real friend who, has nothing to gain, but, just loves going to the party and hanging out with Christina and also wants to help her. And it's like, yeah, she sold my house in 2 days. She's the best. You need to use her.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I try not to go to things with other real estate agents. No one's going to get any business. And it gets weird. Like you can share and all that, but I see them enough. I have my friends, and yeah, we go out with them, and I'll even tell my husband sometimes, like, we are going to do dinner with someone. They have another agent they've used for years. I'm like, hey, we shouldn't go to dinner with them. We got to go to dinner with new friends, new friends that we can get to like us, and they don't have their brother's not their agent. And he's like, Christina, like your brain needs to shut off. But I blend a lot of it together. And just kind of go hard as much as I can, And we have 3 Airbnbs. So now every message that goes to our Airbnbs is, I'm a real estate agent in town. So if you have any questions about Pensacola, let me know. And then their follow-up message, because this is automated. Hey, we just left you a 5-star review. We love a 5-star review too. Remember, if you love Pensacola and want to make it home, I'm your girl. And so I'm expecting to get something from that eventually.
Wow. And you're managing those too, or do you have a management company?
We have a maid. Managing, it's easy. It's all automated messages. If it's something like we don't know how to use Netflix, I can pick up the phone and tell them how to use Netflix.
Wow. Are these
That's
condos,
not a big deal.
or what are they?
We live in a historic area. So one's a home. It's our old home before we built ours.
Oh, wow.
We did a mother-in-law suite behind our home. That's the second one. And then we have a condo, got it for like $80,000 by the Navy base on the water. And that's our third one that does fantastic.
Wow. That's really cool. I'm glad you're investing, all this extra money that you're making. I mean, it's smart. Keep going.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been it's incredible how your financial future can change with real estate in a way I could never imagine. Like I thought only doctors and lawyers and trust fund babies could make this type of money. And I'll be honest, before I got into real estate, I just thought everyone was like part-time and didn't make that much money. And then when I started, I was like, holy moly, like what have I been missing?
Yeah, that's crazy. So what advice would you give like a brand new agent?
Okay, podcast all day long. You have time. It's easy. You're going to be driving. Listen to Real Estate Rockstars. You get such great tidbits of advice. It's just going to help you learn and grow and inspire you, because you might think that 1 home a month is a big deal, and then you're hearing someone doing 20, 30 homes a month. You need to definitely rise to the top and hear people that are rising to the top. And again, when you don't have any money, like you got to get out there. You have to hustle. Whatever your deal is, if it is going to networking events, if it is doing the Facebook thing, if you have a lot of contacts that like you and you're close with, you got to do it. You just have to do it every single day and work. And then those referrals start rolling in. And then that's when you're in like the golden days, referrals are awesome. You already like these people, and then you're going to work with more people they like. It's going to be not that stressful, hopefully. And it works out well.
Wow. And if you had a magic pill that would get rid of a pain that you have in real estate right now in your business, what would it be?
Ooh, let me think.
Now would that, what would that pain be?
I've been searching into this and I have not found the right thing yet. I definitely, and I know I heard a guy on your podcast yesterday talking about it, the scheduled app to send out these texts and remind you, because I have it where I can do it myself, but I need a happy home anniversary. None of them function that well. I don't find that any of these apps are great and like easy to use. So something that would be better about that and importing the data in, so you're not having to physically go in on the property, here's their homes. I don't know, something like that. Because if I can,
wait a minute, explain that. So like reminding pending deals, or just reminding past clients, or
past clients, like
past clients?
the happy birthday, happy home anniversary, happy couples anniversary, where I could just input that under my contacts and then it imports. Because right now I'm having to do the separate app. I mean, it's doable, but that's annoying. So that would be good to automate it, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure the CRMs have all that.
They don't, because it comes from a different number. It doesn't come from your personal number. So they're like, who the heck is this?
Oh, you want it from your personal phone.
It has to come from your personal phone, because again, that's how they know you and they've connected with you. Because that, I think, the Happy Mother's Day, that's all good. But when you're remembering their home anniversary, I think that's, a special thing.
Yeah, because it's not like a group text, so it's just,
and no one else is going to be sending that to them. So I'm working on figuring that out. These apps, I mean, just something to make it a little bit more user-friendly, that would help. And then, getting this showing assistant where I'm already showing homes and can't do it. And I have 3 people that have now said they do that. So that's, I think it's $15 a house, and then 10% of my commission I give to them.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And $15 a house. I mean, yeah, and people love doing that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
People, that's fun.
Lots of people that are part-time agents, that's great for them. It's a little bit of extra money. It can be a little bit more reliable. And again, of course, I'm going to take the higher end ones. If I have 2 that day, I'm going with them. The lower end they can take, and they'll enjoy it, and I trust them, and they can do it. And it's not the split of a buyer's agent. Again, I don't mind doing the paperwork. That's easy. And another thing I do, my phone is a hotspot and my laptop is everywhere. So if I get a call and I'm wherever, hey, I need a contract, boop, pull into a gas station, write a contract real quick. It takes me 5 minutes, boop, out, and do that. So you're not waiting to get back home or back to your office to write a contract. That's so old school. You got to have it on the go with you.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, listen to this. So, keep the laptop open like the police officers do, right?
Exactly.
And then hotspot it 24/7. I'm sure you have unlimited.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have to do that, and if there's an addendum, if someone's running 5 minutes late for a showing, I'm writing that addendum, I'm doing whatever. So that's how you just have to be really good at utilizing the time you have.
I love it. I love it. All right, Christina. Well, let's talk about your free gift. What free gift did you bring to the Rockstar Nation today?
I sent you guys a very easy how to do video because I've been doing it for so long, and that really is my forte. And we talk about not keeping it long and how you just have to talk like a normal person. Don't try to talk big. And so I sent it to you guys just to give people a little bit of an idea, telling the dudes to throw on some powder. It'll make you look a little better, that sort of thing.
That's awesome. No one's given this before. So this is good stuff. I mean, this is straight, and it's coming from your background, right? Because you guys powder everybody that comes on. I've been powdered a few times myself. So yeah, that's awesome.
It helps. I see a little shine right there, Pat. I could help you out.
I should have powdered today. So
yeah, you're all good.
All right, guys. So I'm going to put, by the way, if you want to reach out to her, send her some referrals. If you want to say hello, you want to follow her on social media, it's all going to be on hibandigital.com/Christina Leavenworth. And here it is, Leaven Worth, WORTH, Christina Leavenworth. hibandigital.com/Christina Leavenworth. Her free gift will be there. And I'm also going to put it in the Agent Success Toolbox, which can be found on hibandigital.com/Toolbox, or just texting the word Toolbox to 444-999. Christina, this has been a blast. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I really appreciate you, and the Rockstar Nation appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Rockstar Nation, thank you for listening to Real Estate Rockstars. Listen, I need a favor. If you find this free content helpful, if you find our downloadable items from each guest helpful, please, I need you to pull out your pointing finger. Yes, the one finger that points at people, and hit subscribe. Yes, subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the better we look in the ratings, and the easier it is to get guests like Robert Kiyosaki, Barbara Corcoran, all the players that are on $1 Million Listing in the different cities. All that stuff makes it easier the more subscribers we get, so please subscribe. And listen, there's a lot of places you can leave comments. There's a lot of places you can like. We're on Facebook. We have an Instagram page. Instagram page is I am Pat Hyben. The Facebook is Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Feel free to leave us comments there. The most popular form of commenting seems to happen on YouTube. Yes, for whatever reason, it's a very open environment. So just go to YouTube and go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Leave us comments there. Some of them we will read on the show. We love your feedback. So thanks, guys, and I hope you are having a great day. Oh, and also, listen, if you're going to subscribe and you haven't already left a review on iTunes, please do that too. Have a great day, and thanks so much, Rockstar Nation. I really appreciate you.